Look ahead, don't fear. I'm the man, understand, standing right here. I'm from the left coast, nigga. West coast all day, nigga. We pull triggers. Yeah, I'm trying to stack up the cheese from the floor to the ceiling. Get that money feeling. Every day, all dying. Walking these Cali streets, I want to grind. Check out the shit I do. Me and my A1.
What's up with y'all?
All day
it's your boy OMD 300 Corner Store Podcast, episode 92. We're on our way to 100. It ain't no stopping us now. That song right there is myself. That is my song out on Spotify, Apple Music, and all other streaming services. That song is called Money Dream. That is performed by myself, yours truly, OMD DexterDavis. Thank you again for being here. Corner Store Podcast, episode 90 friggin' 2. Yeah, you heard me. Can you believe it? All the way to 92. And it is Thursday, and I believe it is December the 7th. Thursday, December the 7th, 2023. And there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world. I hope you can hear me. I am Bluetooth mic'd up today and astonished at what's going on out there. A lot of crazy things. Some of the people that we are fond of, are big fans of, are having some problems. I don't know if we're big fans of them. Let's be clear. Admirers of, until stuff comes out. And it seems like to me, when you're all powerful, I'm talking about every facet of being rich and being out there doing your thing. Hey, you doing? How you doing, Sonya? What's up, baby? And whatever walk of life that is, but it's entertainment, political, industry, you are not, I repeat, you are not above the law. You may think you are, and you probably will get away with a whole lot of shit before you're finally found out, but you will not. You know, there'll be a reckoning. I don't know if it'll be in this life, maybe the next, but a lot of these people that I'm mentioning, and this one person I'm talking about in particular, is starting to feel the wrath of this side of the coin versus passing away and dealing with whatever comes next. So let's get started and talk about what we came here to talk about. One of our topics, number one topics today, is another Las Vegas shooter. I've gotten some of the information on what that's all about and what happened. I had got a message. Shout out to Sonya Ingersoll, who's on the live right now, and I messaged her about a shooting. We were having a conversation. I messaged her about a shooting that happened in Las Vegas. Obviously, when that happened yesterday, it was vague as far as to the information that was given to me through Citizen. If you have that app, it's a real great app. Sometimes they misinform because they don't have all the facts. But it was said on Citizen that it was a female that came and started to shoot people. And I was reading that to her as, the story was going on. But that was early reports given to the police through the radio dispatch in Las Vegas at that time. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police was on top of it. I had to give them that. They were there. Their response was pretty good. From what I've seen when I'm in Vegas hanging out, them cops out there, they ain't no joke. They will beat the shit out you. And they will get there on time, from what I can tell. But I guess if all the trillions of dollars pours through Las Vegas, for those who don't know, it ain't no just millions, it's trillions of dollars go through there. I know you're probably like, trillions? Yeah. That place is on all day, all night, all the time. I mean, people dropping nickels all the way up to thousands. So there's just a constant money flow going through there. So trillions of dollars go through there quite often. I don't know if it's a daily thing, but I know for a fact Vegas makes close to a trill every year. They have to be. I know it got to be well over $600 billion they make, every year down there, because they're 24/7 getting it down there. They are. I know money's going out as well as it's coming in, but I can guarantee you businesses don't thrive on money going out. They thrive on money coming in and making a profit. Have some casinos closed because they, couldn't sustain and started to be, in the red. Yeah, but majority of them joints down there gonna make money. Nobody's investing in nothing that ain't gonna make them some return. That's just this country's way. So with that said, those police are down there to protect those assets. When something like this happens, when a shooter is on the campus of UNL, University of Las Vegas, which is believe it or not, that school is very prominent in a lot of ways. It really is. It's very prominent in a lot of ways. Obviously, at one time, they had one of the hottest college basketball teams in the nation, with the Tarkanian being the coach back then. Shout out to Jerry Tarkanian. I think he passed away some years ago. And, when they were doing their thing. So there's a lot of things to protect at that school as well. It came to fruition that the person who came on the campus and started to shoot was a former professor who had lost their tenure there, meaning their job, and was disgruntled and came back and did what they did in retaliation. That was just the other day. And by all accounts, I could find that. I could Google that. Matter of fact, let me Google that. How many shootings, not just school shootings, how many shootings have we had over the last 10 years? That's a big deal. That is a big deal to know that in 2023, and this is what it says. Jeez, just in this calendar year, holy shit! Just in this calendar year, there have been 627 mass shootings in America. Now, I thought I was going to find that number was going to be over the last 10 years. Over the last 5 years. That's this year alone. 627 mass shootings. So I guess it's 628 as of the other day. And there might have been something that happened somewhere else that they're not even reporting. So this is an epidemic. And you ask yourself why this is going on. I'll tell you why it's going on, or at least I'll give you my interpretation of why. I believe that people have started to lose their fucking minds. Yeah, I know that sounds very simple. Right? It's easy to just say people are crazy and they're going nuts. Well, guess what? That's exactly what the fuck is going on. The reason why it's easy to say, because that's what it is. It'd be different if it was some, I don't know. I can't even say. Even if people were just poisoning themselves for some reason. There's an epidemic of people drinking Drano for some reason. People are committing suicide drinking Drano. There'd be something to that too, which would mean that people are not all there mentally. Right now, tell me a time, and everybody talks about social media. Social media is amazing. It's been able to give us information instantaneously. If something happens and there's a camera there, I'm gonna tell you right now, if there's a cell phone and there's a Titanic disaster or earthquake, I don't give a fuck what it is, you're gonna find out about it by the end of the day today. I understand back in the day we didn't get information for a day or two, but we got information. We got it when it was, we got it, but it took some time. I agree. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. Today shows that everybody out here is losing their mind. I was just having a conversation with my significant, my beautiful girlfriend, about this very subject. About, I think people are not well today. You can see it in the way people drive on the freeway, on the streets. You can see the way people are when they're in the store. To be honest with you, lately, I have to credit the community that I live in right now. Maybe it's the time of year, but everybody seems to be in pretty good spirits. There's still a bunch of knuckleheads out there driving. There's no doubt about it. there's not a day go by that I'm not like, I was out driving today this morning. I had some errands to run before the pod. And I'm going to tell you right now, that was the best driving experience. It's only a few blocks, but I'm going to tell you, today's drivers, you could be going only a few blocks and just really lose your shit over the way these people drive. I'm telling you, it's weird. Now, I lump that all in with some of the things that are going on at these stores. Hell, they got TV shows right now that are dedicated to the shit that's going on. Neighborhood wars, fucking store wars, all kind of shit where people are just losing it. Look like regular, this one lady, just to give you a story from the show, a lady's in the line at the there's a man behind the lady. He's got his phone out. I don't know why he had his phone out, but he's probably just looking at it, waiting in line to pay for his shit. This was at I don't know if it was a Walgreens, but it was a drugstore. And there was a lady already there with the cashier about to check out. Some lady pulled her shit cart right past the guy and that lady and started to pay for her stuff. And everybody's like, what the fuck are you doing? There's a lady right here. She's like, well, I'm in a hurry. She just told him to fuck off. I'm finna pay for this shit. Now, that would be all cool. Everybody's looking at her like she's nuts and just let her go ahead. Let this crazy bitch go ahead. But this chick takes out her credit card. Now, at that particular drugstore, there's a standing rule that and she has liquor. She's trying to purchase liquor along with whatever else she's getting. In that store, you have to show ID no matter what age you are. You can look old enough, everything, but in that state or whatever, on the video, they have a rule where you got to show your ID in order to buy it. And it has to be scanned and everything. This chick wouldn't give her ID. They went back and forth. Either she was retarded and she just kept saying, well, I have my credit card. She's like, no, you're not understanding me. You're not understanding me. I need your ID. I need to scan it so you can buy the liquor. Well, I'll put my number in. Like, it was just crazy as hell. They went back and forth for like 10 minutes before this chick, she was like, ma'am, if you just give me your ID, well, here's my ID. It's like, well, damn, why you just do that shit? Why you just give me she beat the shit out of her stuff. And the dude's behind him. He's like, damn, what's wrong with you, Karen? And she's like, what are you? Why are you even saying anything? He's like, because you're fucking crazy. He says, why the hell you just didn't give her your ID? You cut in front of us. Then you get up here and you argue about some shit you're supposed to give her so you can get your stuff and get the fuck out the way. What is wrong with you? That's what I'm talking about. And this is happening everywhere. If you're on the live right now, if you're on the chat, you've been somewhere where you've seen somebody doing some retarded ass shit and you was like, what in the hell is wrong with you? I don't know what's going on. I know I ain't the same. I mean, I'm sane, but everybody's a little off in some type of way. Some way they're a little off. So I ain't talking about, I am not even close to being perfect. And I'm definitely not in perfect health or perfect shape, but I try to at least stay even keeled mentally if I can. It's a tough place to do that with a bunch of psychotics, around you, walking around in life like they're normal. And then again, that might be even a little nuts for me to even be pointing out. Maybe I shouldn't even care unless they're trying to kill me or something. I don't know. But I know for a fact that people are not the same mentally like they were 10, 20 years ago. People are losing it. I don't know if it's the younger generation that are coming up. Just imagine if that means if it's 10, 15 years ago, a kid was 10 years old, now they're 20 out here weird as hell. I was just at the store and there was a young black girl. Now, look, the line, there's 2 lines open at the store. The other line looked like it was 3 people. I go to the line where she is, because I remember coming in, there was nobody in her line. She's like the check cashier number 1. I go to the line and she's coming like away for the cashier to go over. And I say, oh, are you open? And she just kind of just looked at me like with deer eyes and like, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I pull her to the line. I put my stuff there and she checks me out and she don't even offer me a bag. The bitch was just weird. Normally be like, yeah, would you like a bag? Whatever. She just hit my stuff. I put the card in, paid for it. And I'm just looking at her and it's just sitting there. I said, can I get a bag? And she's like, It was just the weirdest exchange. I'm like, damn, I'm leaving the store like that bitch was weird as hell. Young though. What's wrong with our kids? You mean our kids are growing up weird as hell? What the fuck? You can't even have an exchange with people. This chick, I don't know what triggered her when I came around that corner. I was like, maybe she didn't want to check me out. You can't be there. You can't clock in if you don't want to be there. This is a tough world we live in. It is. People is just I can't see that, sweetheart. I'm gonna have to go out and look at that. Hold on a second. Cause she just put up something on the live chat. I gotta see it because I know she's saying something profound. Let me see here. Hold on. I know Sonya, when she does something, when she says something, you gotta look. So I'm gonna do that now. Hold on a sec. I got to read it. I see myself looking at the shit. She says, the technology age, the people going, yeah, this technology age has people going crazy. No patience because technology right now, no social skills because there's no or very little physical in-person communication anymore. You're absolutely correct. And she would know for the simple fact that I had said to her the other day about I had a problem with my phone and I had to call T-Mobile. Now, if you're with T-Mobile or any fucking carrier for that matter, you know for a fact when you call customer service or you want to get your phone, you're going to another country. You're not going to talk to. If you talk to somebody here in the United States, it's one of those companies that has decided to keep their customer service inside of the U.S. for whatever reason. T-Mobile, they outsource the fuck out of their customer service. You're going to talk to somebody from the Philippines or somewhere like that, or maybe India or something. I know for a fact that Google, you get a Google, man, most of their people are not from here. Most of their people, from what I can tell. And so that, like she said, customer service is out of the window. It's a technology age. Everybody got their head in these phones. And I'm taking advantage of that, trying to have a podcast. There are people on here watching now. But I'm talking not about not using the technology. I'm talking about limiting it and having more human contact. I think the fact of the matter, people just don't respect each other anymore. And when there comes a day when you do have a computer companion like Her, the movie Her, where the AI actually talks to you like a friend, you people are going to get so enamored with artificial, ways to, people already love dogs more than they love humans. People love their animals more than they love contact with human beings. They'll cry more at a dog's funeral than they will their auntie or something, really depending on the situation, because they rely on that animal. Just like people rely on this technology and social media. And they're going to be relying on some goddamn robot or some artificial person in a minute to be that person that they talk to when ain't nobody there. Believe it. Watch. It's going to happen. The future is now. It ain't that we ain't got. Who's to say that we don't have robots already somewhere they're fucking stashing them. I'm telling you, bro. You're not going to know if you ain't a trillionaire. You're not going to know that shit. Even cats like Diddy or Jay-Z might not even know it because their money ain't there. You close to $1 billion. What about the dude that makes over $100 billion? The dude that really controls this motherfucking marble or pearl that we live on. Because them little cats that they let you see and they talk about how much they have, they want you broke people like me and the rest of us to be all enamored in the fact that they got almost $1 billion. Ooh. Who give a fuck? The people with 100 billion and damn near $1 trillion is the ones who really run this place. And they're the ones who create the propaganda to make you feel like you need to be enamored by Sam Jackson's money or Diddy's money or a politician's money or even fucking Bill Gates' money. I don't think Bill Gates is rich as fuck, and he puts a real dent in a lot of things that go on in the world, but he ain't even the fucking dude. If they talk about him a lot, they're not the ones we need to be thinking about. Or they're no. So as far as I'm concerned, anybody that you see out in the in the Twitter sphere or whatever that shit is now. Even Elon Musk, they talk about how rich he is. Elon Musk ain't shit. Elon Musk got money selling Teslas, the rockets, all that fake shit. No money compared to the people that's really behind everything. Them people laughing at motherfuckers like Elon. They be like, go ahead and make people think you dope as fuck. You ain't shit. So, that's really where I'm at with it. The only thing we need to be trying to do is stay sane. Because they really want you to lose your shit. It's so gratifying to certain people to watch regular people who are struggling lose it all. Believe me, there are people out there who actually enjoy watching people fall. So, I keep talking about spiritual stuff and all that, and a lot of people can't grasp that because it ain't nothing there. It's all up in here and feelings and emotions and believing in something that you might not necessarily hold or touch. You can't fuck with that. You like, nah, I can't get with it. I still got to think I'm going to make this happen. You are going to make it happen, but you need some spiritual help. So you got to talk to somebody other than yourself, even if you can't see the all-powerful being that created everything. So I ain't gonna even go into all of that. All I'm gonna say is this: it's tough out here. You got people that are losing their jobs, tenured jobs, real good jobs, and then they going back and shooting up where they worked at. 627 fucking mass shootings this year alone. That tells me people are losing their shit, and they're not praying. They're existing. I'm existing, but I'm asking God to push through and make something happen for me, so I'm a part of this shit. Where people are gratified by hearing this pod or hearing my comedy or something, or watching a show that I might God help me get into one day as a backup player, as the dude that just makes the faces over in the back. Like, I don't give a damn. I'll be that dude. The most important thing to me is to find the niche and the place I'm supposed to be in here, use that niche to take care of myself and my loved ones, and also put in place some ways so people who I don't know from Adam can benefit and graduate to their best lives. I promise you that's what I want to do. Sounds like cap. Most people say that. I have no fucking reason to sit up here and cap about that to get subscribers or anything. That's truly my heart. I can give a damn. And the Lord know I'll be keeping it 100 when it comes to that. When I get to a certain position before I leave here, hopefully that'll be in about 30, 40 years. I'm going to leave something good for even people I don't know, as well as the people I do know and love. And that's what we should be trying to do, man. Find out what you fucking good at. Put your feet and everything knee deep in that shit. If you ain't, making no money doing it now, work, on a job just to sustain yourself until you're ready to keep, and somebody see your talent. I'm telling you. That's a good segue, saying the word talent, because the next thing we're going to talk about is Sean Diddy Combs. Puffy in trouble, y'all. Yeah. Puffy is in trouble. This dude is now being accused of having sex with an underage girl. That's the downest thing. That's the worst thing he could even thought about doing. And I have some information on this, so I want y'all to sit back and take a listen to this. This was reported by a young lady named Jack My Vibes. That's her little spot, but this is what she said.
So Diddy is accused of gang rape of 17-year-old in shocking new lawsuit. So Sean Combs, his longtime lieutenant Harvey Pierre, and a third unidentified man allegedly gang raped a 17-year-old girl inside of Combs' recording studio in Manhattan in 2003 after the high school student was trafficked across state lines and plied with copious amounts of drugs and alcohol, an explosive new lawsuit filed Wednesday alleges. The new Jane Doe plaintiff, the fourth woman to accuse Combs of sexual assault in 3 weeks, alleges the men took turns raping her in the bathroom at Diddy's house recording studio when she was in high school and Combs was 34 years old. Wow. The new lawsuit alleges Jane Doe was out with a friend at a lounge in the Detroit area 2 decades ago when Pierre singled her out, complimented her appearance, and insisted he was best friends with Combs. Pierre purportedly told the teen that Combs would love to meet her and called Combs on his phone so the music mogul could personally invite her on an impromptu trip to New York aboard a private jet.
Wow.
Now, in the 14-page complaint, which was extremely disturbing to read, the victim alleged that once she arrived to the airport, she was picked up by a vehicle and then taken to Diddy's studio where she met Pierre, Diddy, and another unidentified man. Now, as the girl was sitting on Diddy's lap, which she provided pictures of, she was incessantly groped by all three men. Once those pills that she was given started kicking in and she became more dizzy and faint, she was then lifted up while they pulled her panties and skirt down. They escorted her to the bathroom while Diddy first penetrated her from the back while her head was in the sink. He then proceeded to turn her around and tell her to squeeze his nipples as hard as she possibly could because he could not get off. After he turned back around to begin penetrating her again, she was going in and out of consciousness. And when she woke up again, she noticed that it was the unidentified man behind her.
Damn.
While that unidentified man was raping her, she noticed in the mirror Diddy's reflection of him watching him rape her at the same time. The unidentified man was then pushed out of the way by Pierre while he continuously penetrated her and then turned around and finished by forcefully making her perform fellatio. After they were finished, the victim fell to the floor in a fetal position. Once she got herself together, she was then sent back on a flight back home. Now, of course, Diddy is denying everything, but I think after all of the things that we've seen and heard over the years, that there's no salvaging his reputation whatsoever. I think he did it, whether he did it or not, and I'm going to always think that he did anything that anybody else alleges.
Now, check that. That is absolutely true. Now that these rumors, now it's also a second person that then came out. I had that in my own notes that has come out. The details is a little sketchy on that, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. But you know what, man? I hate to say this because I don't know, dude. I ain't never met him or nothing. But you can see the arrogance. It's been like the videos that they have of him doing the things that he did, screaming and yelling and cutting a fool. I heard he used to cuss his mom out. Now, me and my mom have bumped heads too and everything, but I love my mom and respect her and everything. Believe me. But we've had our, ups and downs. And I've said some shit that I regretted also. So I can't really trip on him on that. But I can't trip on Diddy for that because from what I heard, he used to really like dog his mama and make her like shut up and just some wild shit. But that's all alleged. And I want to say that as well. After hearing what you heard, those are all allegations. These are all alleged. But that lady is right. Thank you for her for reporting that. She is right. Diddy's reputation is toast. For one, people think he has something to do with Biggie's murder. And a lot of people, from what now is coming out, a lot of people have thought that even back in the day, they thought that. His old ex-bodyguard, Gene Deal, who be all over the internet talking about on Different from Dialogue. I love for Gene Deal to come on my podcast and talk to me about Diddy. Because I met Diddy once, and I know that's going to be crazy. Back in the 90s, the Lady of Soul Awards, he had an after party, a bad boy after party at Paradise 24. And I just happened, back then I was working at a studio and I was in the company of NFL wide receiver, Sean Dawkins, who at the time, I think he was playing for the Seahawks, or maybe it might have been in Indianapolis at the time. But either way, me and I took bro through the little joint I was working for that he was involved with and took him down there, and Diddy was there. I met, man, it was crazy. I don't know how I got us up in VIP, but I got us up in there just showing his NFL. Because we just went there dry. All I heard is there was a party going on there, and I took him. So it's crazy, man. Anyway, I'll just put it to you this way. I met a few people that are of some substance in this game, and they like we kicking it, and then it was like they just passed me by or whatever. I've actually talked to and had conversation with Tachina Arnold, Pam from Martin, who's now on the Neighborhood show with Cedric the Entertainer. Very sweet lady, cool as heck. I met Big Les, the dancer. That was on a lot of videos dancing in the 80s and 90s on hip hop shit. So it's been, there's a lot of people I've met in this industry, passing fancy and talk to them, and actually, got a chance to chill and just John Robinson from En Vogue. Out the studio that I worked at, she was a partner in. She used to come quite often. We've sat and had conversations. She's a wonderful, sweet lady. These people ain't necessarily all arrogant, but I'm gonna tell you, Diddy, you could just see the arrogance on bro. The same could be probably said about R. Kelly. These niggas was getting so powerful, making so much bread, seeing all these girls, going to all these after a while, man, you have sex with this one and that one, and then you start getting weird, and you start wanting to do weirder things. And you heard the video. Nigga said he couldn't even get out till she squoze his nips. That's crazy shit. That's crazy shit. Let's keep it real. That if us hearing that, me hearing that, makes me just go, what the fuck? Diddy a wild boy. He's a wild boy. Let's keep it real. As far as I'm concerned, all of them they'll talk about when they win an award, I want to thank God and all that. Now, which God are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Come and think of it when you mention God like that. These stars need to knock it off. You know who your God is. The admiration of the music that you're making or the films. You love the adulation and the people's praise. You're a false idol. And you don't even realize it. What you need to be doing, if you're going to be doing this and entertaining people, you need to be doing it for God and for yourself. That don't necessarily mean be doing religious movies or do a movie about Moses or nothing. But you don't have to be decadent. You don't have to. You could even do movies where you're making love to somebody, but don't have to be stanky. You know what I'm saying? There's some movies where the movie be about a detective or some shit, but then you got to get real gratuitous with the sex. The lovemaking scene should be cool. I mean, it's just him and the chick. And you know what I'm saying? Now you got to show him beating it up and shit. No, you ain't got to do all that. In the script, I guarantee you just say they make love. But the director like, okay, pull her out and flip her and do it. Yeah, that scene didn't even have to be that long. But see, they go for that stuff because they are not of the body, man. And I ain't super holier than thou. I still do stuff. I know God be like, boy, if you don't knock it off, I'll slap the hell out you if my hand come down there. But if I hit you coming up here. You know what I mean? All I can say is this. We live in a real crazy time, and we have been living in a crazy time. All you super 1990s and early 2000s and maybe even late 80s moguls and music people and all that, your time is up with all that fucking tyranny and shit you've been doing for years. It's coming. The fucking artists that you had coming for your neck, Diddy, you ain't paying niggas. You done fucking... just to mention this, because I thought about this when I was in the crib earlier. Nigga, you owe Sting from the police you owe him millions because of that Every Breath You Take sample you stole. You should have never did that song. You know what? You was trying to be slick, talking about that was a tribute to Biggie. But nigga, you made money off that tribute to Big. I don't even know if his kids got no money. That single right there all the proceeds should have went to Biggie's mom, Miss Wallace, and all that boy's children, and everybody like that. I don't know if it did or didn't, but I can guarantee you your ass was lining your pockets with that song. And this karma that Sting took your ass to court and was like, no. You're going to pay me money now for the rest of your life. He got you by the nuts, but you still wealthy as hell. That wasn't no big deal because you had all this other shit going. You pay him that little money. That ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? But karma's in that ass, bro. It's on you. Pause on that in that ass. You probably would like karma in your ass from what I'm hearing. And all these people that you had in your house, I hope you didn't penetrate Usher, man. Because Usher mom signed off on you going to stay at your mansion when he was a shorty. I hope you ain't do nothing to that boy. Because if you did, you a bum ass nigga for that. If you didn't did any kids at all, any motherfuckers, if Bow Wow, any of y'all niggas, I don't know about JD, ain't nothing negative came out about Jermaine Dupri. But if all you niggas was doing that, Africa Bambaataa, they said it was a fucking pedophile. Who would have knew, man? You niggas is wild, man. All of it's gonna come out. Fuck. It tires me. It tires me because I know we could be doing way better. I know that you could have been taking all the power that you had attained over all of these years. And you probably done some good things. And I hope it just wasn't turkeys on Thanksgiving or some old Nino Brown type bullshit. I hope you really started a foundation and that foundation really put some people in position. Not just no fucking money for a scholarship fund at Howard or school you went to. No, a program that motherfuckers that ain't got shit can get a little something and then a little bit more, and next thing you know, they flying. That's what I want. Hell, if we have to build little bitty bullshit neighborhoods to not bullshit, and what I mean by that is because I'm gonna explain what I mean. Hopefully, people don't, homeless need a home, and I seen these container homes that are $6,000 each. They beautiful little cribs, and I don't know why we can't go into some of these rural areas, but rural areas that are not too far from stores and stuff like that, and have monitors, and not put these homeless people in there and have some trailers on the other side that are educational and security for sure in the little homeless community, but make it so nice to where people is bathing and seeing the clinic, and we could do this and see those people could graduate from that and go back and live in the city, learn how to become regular citizens again. We can do this shit. We have the money, we have the people, we have people out of work that could be helping these people. We got people that's out of work, nurses, all kind of people. We need to vet these people, find out if they're mentally incapacitated. We need to vet the people that be working with them, because we don't want no people in there abusing these people or anything like that. And that's what's wrong with the world now. People are not being vetted good enough. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand this shit. There's so many questions that need to be answered and so many things need to be fixed that just because me sitting here thinking this should be that and that should be that, that's not enough. We all got to band together and try to make this shit pop. I'm telling you. Or something, or at least just fuck it. If we can't do that, just be individually philanthropic, help yourself, your family, and then if you can, help one person at a time if you can. Start a fucking nonprofit and try to help one person at a time. If you can help one person a month, at the end of the year, you can help 12 people in a year to get on their fucking feet. That's pretty good, as far as I'm concerned. Because it will take you 30 days to get that person settled if they're really fucking destitute out there. Get them in a little single. Get them an apartment. You know what I'm saying? Get them, get their minds right. Get them thinking about what they need to be doing in life. You know what I'm saying? If they got a job but they ain't got no car and living in a shelter, get them a little apartment, you know what I'm saying? And pay for that apartment for them for a year if you have the ability, if your company has the ability. And, make them sign a contract that they'll check in with, with the people at your organization for, another month after they get settled. You know what I'm saying? So we do aftercare until you good? Yeah, the job's good. How's the little car running? Everything's good. The apartment's good? Perfect. And just boom. After that, you let them be free. Tell them you can call us if things start to get a little rocky. Maybe we can get some counseling or something like that and see what's going on. Maybe get you a couple of organizations that can help you with food and shit like that. I'm telling you, man, it could be done. But we got to want to give a shit about each other, man. So, I'll be mad at the homeless too. I used to be homeless because I know a lot of people out there just give up and shit. And I was almost dead my damn self, but I ain't finna let that shit destroy me. Not by a long shot. That shit ain't finna destroy me. Nah. I'm not letting the streets take me out. I was like, I gotta get a roof over my head. and the convenience to be able to sit there and think about what the fuck I need to do to sustain myself in this fucking country. You know, most people that are living out there on the street, they trying to figure out just how to keep warm. So it's a day-to-day struggle. They can't think that far ahead, talking about, oh, if I had a roof, you can't think that far ahead when you ain't got nothing happening. And a lot of times when nothing ain't happening, you just give the fuck up all the way. You're like, this shit's too hard. I can't do it. And that's what people's problem is right now. They're giving up too hard. I mean, too easy, too hard. Fuck. The last thing we're going to talk about is, I don't even know what this dude is all about. I have no even clue what it is. There's a kid named Hassan Campbell who's become some kind of internet, he's actually an internet joke now. But at one time, people was actually listening to what this dude was talking about. He was some gangster from New York, whatever. Well, recently he was on a live in the Bronx, in a projects in the Bronx, was one of the toughest fucking borough, if not the toughest borough in fucking New York. Just going off by himself. And he even admittedly said while he was on Vlad TV recently, because he was summarily shot. This thing is in the quad talking shit about Africa Bambaataa, who's from the Bronx, in that project, and just saying all kind of crazy ass things. And people started to chuck bottles at his ass from the tower above. What does he do? He starts going off, talking about, come down here, don't chuck no bottles, I'll kill your mother, and all this other shit. Well, little did he know, coming from up the back way behind him while he was on camera with some guys from the project, and they summarily shot that motherfucker. He is not dead. He got shot in the shoulder and it went around to his back. From what he was saying on Vlad TV the other day, he had been shot before years ago and the bullet is still in his body. Nigga, that should have been enough to tell you to shut the fuck up. You out here 47 years old, getting older. I'm 57. I'm not going to be in no Jordan Downs or I'm not going to be nowhere where it's a bunch of hood niggas and start talking crazy and get my ass lit up. I don't even give a fuck if you from that project. Obviously, them niggas don't give two fucks that you are from there because they was trying to kill you or at least shot down from the quad. Maybe they was just trying to shut you up and hit your ass. I don't know. But what's wrong with America is people are losing their fucking mind. Like I said, have niggas been crazy and been in the hood out there doing shit like this before? Of course. Of course they have. That's the reason why you can see it now on fucking camera. A few years ago, there was a kid got shot right on YouTube or Instagram Live. Everybody's seen it. That nigga was whispering. He was sitting there talking shit in his ops neighborhood. Or might not even been in his ops neighborhood. I don't know. But I know he was sitting somewhere where he wasn't supposed to be, in the car, on live, listening to music, talking shit. Next thing you know, a dude pop, pop, right by the window. And all you hear is this boy begging people on live to come and get him. Hell, y'all come give me that got me. He's whispering. He's been shot 4 or 5 times. This place is losing it. It's always been crazy, but it's more so today. You got people losing their job, going back to the place where they work and shooting up folk. I mean, postmen and all kinds of shit been doing that. What is wrong with this place where people are being driven to kill like this? It's got to be something in the damn water. It's got to be something in the fucking vaccines. It's got to be fucking something. People just ain't summarily just losing their mind. They make movies about it. You remember that goddamn movie called The Crazies? You remember The Crazies? If y'all don't remember The Crazies, remember that little town that the fucking military put that gas on, testing the people? That was fucked up. All of a sudden, everybody started losing it. Don't trip, man. All this aggression and all that. Where do you think this shit might be coming from? It could be chemical. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not trying to scare nobody. But ask yourself, why everybody out here tripping and shit? I don't know. I don't know why they out there tripping. All I know is I'm trying to keep my sanity, my health, and keep my loved ones squared away. That's what I'm trying to do. Hey, do me a favor, y'all. Come back next time. Chill with me. I have some more to talk about. and we can look in each other's eyes, because I'm looking dead in this camera, so I'm sure you're looking dead at me, and compare notes on what's going on out there. I appreciate you. Corner Store Podcast, episode 92, coming up to 93. We 7 away from 100, y'all. I don't know what I'm going to do on 100 episodes. I got to do something. Corner Store Podcast, y'all. Let's get it. Check y'all out next time.
Look, I'm trying to fucking talk to you. Understand what we gotta fucking do. Oh, you over here tripping, lady. You been out here tripping lately. All I wanna do is just love on you, lay you down, love on you, yeah. But you be acting crazy. I'm doing everything, you out here fucking lazy. I don't understand, I'm the fucking man. I be making motherfucking stacking grand, yeah. Then you be tripping on. I know one thing I can't tell you, boy. I give you 50 feet, a little longitude and latitude. Yeah, give me 50 feet.